If you want to learn how I make my delicious creamy butter chicken with sticky white rice, then keep on watching. Hi, my name is Gabby. If it's your first time here, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. I do cook with me videos every Saturday. I do my weight loss journey videos on Sundays, and then I post daily vlogs throughout the week, which I call daily diaries. So please do hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment down below. What is your favorite recipe, or what recipe do you want me to try out next? Okay, so first things first, I do start with my onions in a little bit of oil, and I like to chop my onions extremely fine because I'm not a fan of onions, but I do cook with them. So I don't want to see the onions in the food. I don't want to taste them. I don't want to bite them. While the onions are warming up in the oil, I start by cutting my chicken breasts into thin strips first, and then I half the strips because I want tiny little chunks, but you can do whatever size pieces you like or prefer. Also, side note, I'm using a really small knife here because it is my favorite knife and I love to use it. It's so sharp and so comfortable for me. And also I have a small cutting board. There is a bigger cutting board, as you can see below the coffee, but it's such a mission to always get it out, so I just use the small cutting board with my small little knife. And for this recipe I was using 4 large chicken breasts that I was cutting up, as you can see. And this is enough for a family of 6 because we were 6 people and there was still leftovers. So I had 4 large chicken breasts, which I chopped up. And then I started with my marinade, which I added chicken spice. Then I added garam masala and chicken tikka spice. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correct. But about a tablespoon of each, garam masala and chicken tikka spice, and chicken spice. And then I added some Greek yogurt, about half a cup of Greek yogurt. And then I just let that sit and marinate for a while. Okay, now here you can see that I actually let my onions burn because I was taking too long to cut up the chicken, but nevertheless didn't even notice the burn. They were nice and sweet. You didn't even notice them. So yeah, I just added my chicken to the pan. I let that fry up a little bit, and then I deglazed the pan by adding water, but I forgot to show that clip. Now I'm just stirring everything around, making sure that all of the chicken is covered with water, and so that it can cook nice and soft. You don't want to cook the chicken for too long, otherwise the chicken will come out dry. You just want it to be nice and juicy. In the meantime, I cooked up some pumpkin, so I threw the pumpkin in the pot. I went to go add some water and I put it on the stove, and then I just let that cook down. Now I'm starting to work on my rice, so I used Chinese sticky rice for this recipe, 2 cups, and then I added about, I'd say 3.5 cups of water, but I think I added too much water here. And what you want to do with sticky rice is you need to rinse the rice thoroughly until the water runs clear. Now, as you can see here, I didn't do that, so my rice was extra sticky. So next time when I do this again, I will make sure to rinse my rice at least 3 times. I only rinsed it once. Okay, so here I am just giving everything a stir, checking on everything, checking on the chicken. Yeah, I added some chili flakes to the chicken as well because I like it a little bit of spicy with a little bit of a kick. And then I went ahead and added my tomato puree. As you can see, I added a whole packet of tomato puree. I really like this sauce to be nice and thick and creamy and tomatoey and just good. This is not a traditional butter chicken recipe, but it tastes pretty close to the garnish butter chicken that we buy. So I like to make this recipe when I'm making naan. I just went ahead and salted my rice, and then I added some sugar to the pumpkin. You know, just gotta add some sugar and some salt for the flavor. Then I went ahead and stirred, checked on my rice. As you can see, it's getting really sticky. I might have added a bit too much water, as I said before, and also I didn't rinse it properly. Then I checked on my pumpkin. It was getting nice and soft, but there was still too much water in, so I just let that cook for a little bit longer. I checked on my chicken. It was nice and creamy. It was almost ready, so it was time to add the yogurt. what I did is I mixed some Greek yogurt with a little bit of flour as well as milk, just to thicken up the sauce a little bit with that flour. But the Greek yogurt, oh, just makes it nice and creamy. It was so good, you guys. And basically at this point you want to turn down the heat, because then the chicken is done and your sauce is also done. Oh, seems like I did add a little bit of sugar. I must have tasted it and realized that it was too sour from the tomato puree, so I just added some sugar to balance out the sourness. And then that was it. Checked on my pumpkin again. As you can see, still a lot of water. Checked on my rice, very sticky. This rice was too sticky almost. Yeah, and I might have overcooked it because there was so much water in. What you want to do with the sticky rice is you don't add too much water, and then you basically cook out the water, and the last little bit it just steams. Okay, so here you can see that my pumpkin's water is almost nearly done, so I just added the butter at this point. You don't want to add the butter too soon. You basically want to add the butter when all of the water has almost cooked out. Side note, I am not a professional cook, so don't come for me. I am just somebody who loves to make delicious food. So now I was just preparing the salad to go with the meal. There's no rhyme or reason to this. I just had some lettuce, tomatoes, and cucumber. I rinsed them, I chopped them up, and I added them into a bowl with a little bit of lemon juice and salt and pepper, and that was it.
Maar die is echt op papier. Je moet het kleur waar gefrisa kan. Die soep wat is wat ik ingezet heb. Dat is like kleur waar ze eruit komt. Smaak.
What time is it?
Eating time.
We'll go to school.
Yeah, tomorrow morning Buddha's also going to school. Buddha will wake you up tomorrow morning. Yeah. 15 minutes.
And this is what everything ended up looking like. We just had the butter chicken with the sticky rice and some salad and some pumpkin. And this is what my plate ended up looking like. So I dished for Willow in the small plate, and she didn't want any sauce over her rice, so I had to give her my rice and take her plate, and everybody else was eating. My mom is always struggling to eat these days. And yeah, that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you guys again in the next one.